Hey everybody, it's Mary. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be doing a quick review of the Waffle Flower Water Media Mat and some alternative options to potentially help us save some money. So you know how I roll with these videos. I'm going to be putting the items and the prices on the screen for you to check out. Please let me know if you have any questions whatsoever in the comment section below, and I will be quick to address them. Hope you enjoy it. Hey everybody, it's Mary. Welcome back. We are going to be talking about the Waffle Flower Water Media Mat. And so I'm going to just start talking. All right. Okay, so it comes in this container here, and I did see a video where somebody was reusing this plastic piece as another surface for watercoloring. So I think that's brilliant too. So we'll get into that. Okay, I'm first going to talk about the water media mat, and then we're going to talk about potentially some alternatives if you can't quite afford it. This is a pricey mat in my opinion. It retails for $35.99, I believe. If that's wrong, I will put it on the screen. And you also have to take into account for shipping because it's not on Amazon Prime. So shipping for this, depending on the company you buy it, could be anywhere from $6 to $12, I believe. So that's something to take into account. So here we have a non-stick, waterproof, heat-resistant surface. It's a nice size. This size right here, as I probably could just pull out the thing and measure it, but the inside of it measures a little over 12 inches long and then 9 inches high. So it's very flexible, it's nice and foldable. This is all stuff you've all heard. So I'm sure it's nothing, I'm not going to talk about anything that you haven't seen. However, I did want to do a review on it because I feel like sometimes there's a lot of products out there that come in and that are new and we're not quite sure, do I need it? Do I not need it? Okay, so I'm going to answer that first question right off the bat. Do you need this? Well, my question to you is, do you have a surface where you can watercolor? My second question is it heat resistant? Do you do a lot of embossing? Heat embossing. And those are important things because one thing I found annoying was let's talk about redundancy at its finest. I have my water media mat, I have my tonic glass mat, and then I have a cutting mat right there. Okay. So, but I would just have my cutting mat for years, and it was really annoying. I had to pull in a piece of wood to heat on with my heat gun right here because my cutting mat would get warped and weird. And so then when I got the glass mat, it's like all purpose. So it's heat resistant, waterproof, like all of it. It's all the things. And that's important. So that's the question I would ask yourself is, do you have those surfaces where it's easy to work with? I'm not doing a comparison video, but I will tell you this is for the tonic glass mat. I love that I have all the surfaces. So I do have my white to do my watercoloring on so I can see, so like my little wells here, and then I have the measuring and the black surface, so but this is another option too. So you are missing some things, but okay, so it is silicone. Is that how you say it? Silicone. This is in Silicon Valley. It's silicone. It's good because it's got this rubbery back right here so it doesn't move around, so that's nice. But let's see what we do when we put some paper on it. So I'm going to grab up this is Tim Holtz watercolor paper. Okay, now mine's kind of bent, but okay. And so let's do some pseudo coloring on it. It's kind of nice. It doesn't move around. Let's see what happens when I don't have that surface there. Okay, you can see it kind of moves around, so that's a good feature. It kind of stays put more on your panel. That's good. I've heard that it could stain, so but I don't know, so we'll have to take a look at that. I do like that it doesn't move around. That's a really nice feature. Okay, so let's do a little bit of watercoloring here. I'm just going to see how it blends on with Distress Oxide. So we like that. Look, can I do ink smushing? That's my question. Okay, so we got some nice color there. And then I'm going to try to clean it up. Okay, so it cleans up pretty well. That's good. I don't know what those bubbles are underneath there. Let's get those out. Okay, and we have a pretty good watercolor background. Another feature that was interesting to people is the wells. The only thing is, I think that it's cute and it's a good idea, but if you don't have the little wells here, you could put your liquid watercolor in there. You could put all kinds of things in there, so that's a good deal. I happen to have these. However, I also don't have a problem with watercolor moving around, so I don't know that a well is necessary, that you have to have that. So again, we're talking about what are the things that make it stand out, make it different, and I don't know, is that something that you're looking for? You know my videos, I think, by now, and I'm always going back to what are the needs for you, and I think that's the most important thing. Okay, so I'm just gonna see how we're like doing the loosest of things. I'm just seeing how it comes out of the well at this point. So just like any other watercolor, looks like it. Looks like it can clean up nice. Let's see. Yep, cleans up really nice. One of the features I thought was really cool, I just happened to come across a video of this, and I was really impressed. I'm not impressed with these bubbles. Let's just say that. Bubbles go away. Okay, was the mirror stamping. So that was really cool. So we're going to try that because I have wanted mirror stamping for the longest time, figuring out, but I am too cheap to buy one of those big stampin', you know what I'm talking about, the big stamps that you can use for mirror stamping. So we are going to make this little guy face this way and this way, okay? Okay, and then I'm going to place down my picture or my cardstock. And I got it. And that is a really good image. So that was cool. I like that feature. Okay, I think with a little elbow grease, it comes right up. Just don't let it sit there. Okay, so now I have, and honestly, that one is almost so good, I don't have to restamp it. Not restamp it, outline it, which a lot of times I've had to do. So really great feature of the water media mat. I was impressed by that for sure. So inevitably I'm going to miss some things that I should be looking at for the mat. So please let me know in the comment section if there's a specific thing that you want me to test out. So my initial impression of the mat is it's a really cool little mat. It's cute. It's good for filming if you're a YouTube creator, because it's all white. There's a lot of really great features about this mat. I don't like the price though. I'm just going to be completely honest. I think it's too pricey. I think for $35.99 plus shipping, that's a lot of money. So if you want something with this feature, but you don't want to pay the money, I found some alternative options. So this is a Fiskars mat, which measures, the whole mat itself is 18 inches by 15 inches. So 18 by 15. And it's obviously dirty for some reason. And most likely my child stepped on it with his boot. Would not surprise me. Do your children step on things? My kids like see something on the ground and then feel the need to put their feet on it. I don't quite understand that. So here we have, it is much thinner. It's a much thinner material. So you can see, but it's great for portability. So if you, I don't know, I know you can fold the other one, the waffle flower one, but I'm scared to. So, but this one is just, you can just wrap this up and it is really just flexible and it's good for that. And I think when we're, you know, going to crops or whatever the case is. So it's not intended for cutting and neither is the other one. So I should say that for sure. Definitely not intended for cutting. So I want to make sure that you don't do that. But let's try the same things on here so we can see. So I'm going to put some of my Distress Oxides on here again. Okay. Grabbing up the same paper. Okay, I felt like I got really good coverage on the very first go at it. That's really pretty. Let's see if it's heat resistant. Yes, definitely heat resistant. Okay, so far so good. Easy cleanup. Easy cleanup. No wells, but your inks are going to go on the same way. Again, it's a thinner surface. It doesn't seem to be moving around that much. And then let's see what had happened when we put the paper down and then we were kind of painting it. Sorry, my arm's in the way. So here we have the paper down and we're painting on it and it's not moving. So very similar feature because it's very similar material. So that happened. I'm going to skip the Distress Oxide because there's no wells and it doesn't really matter. I don't get, or not Distress Oxide, Distress Ink. I don't get watercolor moving around that much. So there's that. So let's try the mirror stamping on here because again, don't even know if that was a selling point for people, but I thought it was cool. I think I moved it around a little bit. We're not going to... Oh, yeah. There we go. We got it. We got it. So that feature works just fine. Okay. So there are some additional things that you can do with this mat. So this one, again, I'm going to show you, you can get it on Amazon Prime and the price will be on the screen. And so again, just comparing, you know, it's obviously much thinner, but you do have a grid on the bottom here, which is kind of nice. And it is a bigger surface in general with this one. So they're about the same length, but the width is much, or height is much different. So, let me zoom out a little bit. You can see my... Okay, if you can see that. So yeah, so that's a little difference. Okay, so then we're like, no, Mary, I need the wells. The wells have to be a part of my life. There's some other options for you. I don't know if you'd be interested in these, but my husband does a lot of electronics and a lot of soldering and things like that. So there's options like this. These are silicone as well. Definitely heat resistant because he's soldering on it. So there's also little tiny, I thought this was kind of cool. You know what I thought of for this? Drops. What are they called? Nouveau drops. And just let them dry in there. So anyway, but here's some wells, if the wells are something that you are a must-have for you. Silicone, very thick, a smaller surface to work on. And I think we can kind of agree that silicone is silicone, because I'm going to try to do this little imaging thing again. I smeared that one a little bit, but we're going to do it. We're going for it. We are going for it. So yeah, I mean, we were going to get, because I smeared it, it's smeary, but you know, silicone is silicone. And so I think that's an important feature. So this one's much smaller. This is like a mini version, right? Okay, and then we have a couple more. Okay, then we have a couple more of those types of mats. And this one right here is obviously a dark color, and so you have to take into account of that. However, it's got more wells. It's got, you know, different size wells here to put some color in and just kind of play around with. It's got much more of a grid right here. And this one's called Soldering. Is it Soldering mat? Have I been saying soldering? I don't know words. I'm sorry. Okay, so this one says Soldering mat. My husband could correct me. So yeah, so again, a lot more holes here, or wells, and so thought that was cool. It had a little grid on there. So yeah, so there's that one. I think that one might be, next to the Fiskars mat, might be my favorite one. So then we have this one. This one doesn't confine you on the bottom, so you can lay a piece of paper out if you have a large one. So that's kind of nice. You have, this is made for like electronic people when they're undo, so it has like where you would put the screws in there, and they're numbered, so then you remember I took out this one first, second, third, so it's pretty clever. But anyway, that's why you have all these little dots here. And then there's some tiny wells up here that you can use, and then a bigger one, but very nice clean surface. So again, same material. This one has a magnetic strip on the back, so that would be kind of cool. I would love it if I had wall space, because I want a magnetic wall, and I would just like throw this up on the wall just for fun. However, so that's this one as well. So after this point, we would probably get a little bit redundant with the kinds of mats out there. So, yeah, so I mean, you just kind of have to look around, do some shopping, look around, see what you like. If you like the silicone surface, you like the idea of that, then there may be a cheaper option for you out there. If you have no issues with that and you love everything that the water media mat brings you, then go pick it up, have some fun, enjoy it, right? Get the craft supplies. But I always like to talk to us about some alternative, cheaper options out there. So hopefully this video was helpful for you. Let me know in the comment section if you have any questions, or if you have the water media mat or any other surface, what's your go-to surface, because this is just talking about silicone. So, you know, there's a lot of other options out there for you. And so I just want to make sure that we are not getting overwhelmed. So we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.